me and you are going to learn everything you need to know to get started with Adobe Photoshop. Now this course is for absolute beginners. There is no need to have any previous Photoshop knowledge or any photography or design knowledge for that matter. Okay, we're going to start right at the beginning and work our way through step by step. Now we're not going to go through every single tool and every one of its features. What we're going to do is we're going to work through real-world practical examples in Photoshop. Then we'll learn the tools and features necessary to make it an amazing image. We'll start by getting the most out of our photographs, correcting the light and the color, also how to change the colors completely in Photoshop. We'll spend some time with text. Now we're not going to go through everything along with all of its effects. I'll share some amazing cropping and resizing tricks, as well as exciting ways to transform and distort images so we can fake mockups like this. I'll show you all my special retouching tricks, cleaning up small imperfections, as well as removing larger parts from images. Before the end of this course, you'll be able to make simple masks like this, but you'll also have the skills for super tricky masks like this out of focus here. There's lots more as well, like mastering layers, knowing the best practices for exporting images and sharing them. It's just a really good foundation for getting started with Photoshop. I set some exercises through the course so that you can practice the skills while you're learning. So if you've never opened up Photoshop or you've opened it and you've struggled with it, follow me and I will show you the best ways to make beautiful images in Adobe Photoshop. Alright, it is time to get started. Now the first thing you can do is you can download the source files. The source files are just the files that we use throughout the course, so you can download those and play along. You can also, there are projects that get set during the course, okay? Not homework, there are super exciting things to do together. Okay, but if you want to share those with us, okay, there is a forum post to use, so go to the forums and search for Adobe Photoshop for beginners. Also, you can share on social media. Twitter, we are Tuts Plus Design, or Dan Loves Adobe, okay, or on Instagram, it's Bring Your Own Laptop. Okay, so share what you get up to. Next thing we need to do is we need to reset our workspace. We'll jump into the computer now, and yeah, we'll do that now. All right, so first thing we need to do is let's just get our screens all looking the same so you can follow along easily. So first, just go up to Window, down here to Workspaces, and it doesn't really matter what yours is set to. Let's change it to Essentials. Okay, so what we're also going to do is we're going to reset Essentials. So back up to Window, Workspaces, and just click this one that says Reset Essentials. And that's just going to get yours looking like mine, so yeah, it's a little easier to follow along. All right, so boring stuff over, exciting stuff next video. Let's start looking at layers in Photoshop. Hi there, in this video we're going to look at layers. We're going to do some adjustments to this image, all on different layers so we can see the different effects and really just get to understanding how layers work. All right, let's get started in this video. Okay, so first thing to do is let's go up to File and let's go to Open. Now, from the files that you've downloaded, okay, open up O1 Layers. Okay, this image comes to us free from Milos Tronchinski. I practiced that. Let's open them up. Thanks, Milos. So the first thing we need to do is make sure you can see a layers panel. Mine's over here. If you can't see it, go to Window and just make sure the tick is on layers. What we might do is see this libraries panel here. We're going to look at him later in the course, but he takes up quite a lot of screen real estate. Now, my screen's quite big. Yours is probably not. When I'm working on my laptop, see these little double chevrons? I always go through and just close this down, okay, just to give yourself a little bit more room. Okay, so down here in my layers panel, I've got one layer. By default, when you're opening up a JPEG, you'll get given the word background and it'll be locked, okay? What we want to do is right click the background, okay, and go to this one that says duplicate layer. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call ours Auto Tone. Okay, and that's the first of the automatic features. We're going to click OK. Now it hasn't changed anything. I've just got two layers sitting on top of each other. Okay, I've got Auto Tone and Auto Background. Now with the Auto Tone layer selected, okay, it's kind of this light gray, or in earlier versions of Photoshop, it's kind of a blue color. So with it selected, let's go up to Image and let's go to Auto Tone. You ready? Stand back and pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool little automatic feature. Now what auto tone's doing is it's looking at the highlights, midtones, and shadows and trying to find kind of a better than the original we had. Okay, so it goes and does that for us. A nice little quick automatic feature. When do I use that? I use that quite a lot when I'm doing maybe images that they're not going to be like the front cover of a magazine or the hero image for a design. It's just, I want a quick fix. Okay, I've taken them on my phone or something and they're not quite perfect. I'm going to go through and use something like auto tone before I say upload them to social media. So over here in my layers panel, the thing to look at is auto tone. Okay, it's a little hard to see. The thumbnails are slightly different. What we can do is turn the eyeball off on this auto tone layer. Just click the eye right in the middle. Okay, and now we can see the layer underneath, which is the background. So the background's still there, he's protected, he's not being wrecked, okay? And I can turn this top one on and off easily to compare the two. Now, when you're working with layers, you're always looking from the top down. So imagine you're always a bird flying above and you can see auto tone, and I could turn the eye on and off for background, but nothing happens. Okay, it's because auto tone's covering it. Okay, so I could turn you off and then you off. Okay, so that's, I guess what we're doing in this video is getting an understanding of layers. Let's do the next of the automatic features. So let's turn off the eyeball. Okay, so I turned off auto tone. Let's select the background layer and right click it again and go to duplicate layer. Let's look at the other feature. Okay, it's called auto contrast, and let's click OK. Then with that layer selected, it should be automatically. Let's go to image and let's go one of the other options. Okay, it's better. Okay, the colors are a bit strange still. So note that we've used auto contrast and it's given us a result. Now let's compare it to auto tone by turning on this auto tone layer, on, off, on, off. Sometimes it can be a little hard in this course to see the differences depending on the video quality that you're kind of receiving. So I can see a really clear difference between, I like auto tone better, like stronger darks. Now don't think auto contrast is just broken or doesn't work. Okay, what you'll find is it depends on the image. Sometimes I open up stuff and auto tone does a horrible job, auto contrast does a great job. So open up your image and basically test all three of these. Okay, figure out which is the best, and then say you've got another 10 images to do, then as long as they're kind of photographed in a similar sort of situation, you can often not have to try all three. Just go to the one that works. So we've got auto tone, which is nice, my favorite, auto contrast, and background. So let's turn the two eyes off on this top one. Let's look at the last of those automatic